We started off at the Brayfoot Centre on Mackenzie Road. They brought us all into the hall and they explained the rules to us and they explained what we're going to be doing, and then they brought us out into the lacrosse box and we all had to have metal spoons, 2 metal spoons and some ping pong balls.
I remember trying to be very still as I ran, so it's kind of like being regal. And I didn't drop it. That was good. I also worried about hitting other people. Like, other people were coming in the same way, so there's some points that I was like, don't hit me! But other than that, it was good.
I'm pretty sure you were the only one of us to actually run and not drop the ball.
Oh, yes, I didn't drop the ball, and I did run.
And you were the first to go.
Yes, I went first.
And how are you so brave to be the first one to go?
I think it just happened because I was the most ready. I think everyone else was like still trying to get their stuff together or something.
How'd you find the ping pong ball challenge to be?
It was fine.
Yeah? Any difficulty?
Well, it was a bit more difficult than I thought it would be in the sense keeping that ping pong ball balanced on the spoon as we ran around. It's like, I thought, okay, yeah, no big deal, away we go. And it's like, no, you have to watch your pace. And then I practiced with the ping pong balls and carrying it, and I actually ran across the court with this ping pong ball in my hand. But by the time it came around to my turn, I was so nervous that I couldn't do it, and my hand was shaking. So I was like running with this ping pong ball, and it dropped like after 10 feet. I'm like, oh. Then I even more nervous. Then I went like about 30 feet, dropped it again. Every time you drop it, you have to come back and start over again. So I did that about 4 times after lecturing my whole team on how to carry the ball and run with it, go fast, and nobody was doing that. I took more time than anybody.
First clue. This is our first clue. We got it. We got the capital.
Well, I just watched that video clip and I actually did say, what the hell? Because I had no clue. It was this clue. Somehow they have these little brackets and dots, and over here they have this X and O pattern with double letters in between in those spots. And you have to look at this bracket and the spot and compare it somehow to this X and O thing and figure out which letter goes in what. And I was going like, what? What? I just don't get it.
We had to decipher the first clue. And it was the craziest code that I had no idea what it was. But Doug, for some reason, understood it completely. So he's rambling off letters, looking through our little code thing, telling us what to put in where. And me, being a natural Wheel of Fortune enthusiast, I was able to solve it after the first word.
It was a good idea. It was relatively easy, but it was a twist. It was a change.
I knew where the Capital Iron parking lot was, but I was thinking that the clue would be on the Capital Iron building, but it was actually in the parking lot, which was very easy to find. It was there in front of us and so big, so hard to miss.
So me and Michelle Googled what a rice mill was, and then we ran off to find it. It was actually Michelle who found it.
Yes. Oh, and that's right, because you guys were like, quiet, quiet. Michelle, stop saying where it is and let the others find it for themselves. Because I was kind of like, I found it! But then everyone would know, so you guys were like, quiet! So that was okay. Yeah, I did find it.
After the rice mill, we were told to go to the canoe club. So we went to the canoe club, and there was our second activity of the day, I guess.
We had to split our team into 2 pairs, and one of us had to take a ping pong ball and roll it down this measuring tape all in one go until it landed in the cup. And then the other group had to hit these spoons and have the spoon, spoon on spoon until it fell into the cup. And then when we did that, we got our package with, I think, the next clue and some bonus points.
At first it was pretty, you just put it down, but then the tape actually twists, and then there was some wind blowing sideways. So we got it so that the tape was straight, and then the wind would blowing sideways, would blow it off. So I stood with my back to the wind so it would blow it down. Nice. That worked. But then it shot off the end and over the cup. Or Michelle was holding the tape and it hit her finger. And so it didn't go in. And then the next one came down, and I don't know how we got it in there, but it just made it to the end of the tape. So we thought, oh, that's in. And then with mine, when I was holding, we had to switch. So then when it was my turn to hold at the end and get it into the cup, I actually picked the cup up and turned it towards the tape.
Smart.
And it went right in, and boom.
Yeah,
That
what
was
did you have
tough.
to do?
We had to take one spoon, lay the other spoon on top of it, and then take the first spoon, the one underneath, and hit it to launch the second spoon in the air and land in the yogurt cup. And we kept coming close. And we each had to do it, right?
Yeah.
So I think the trick there was finally, once we figured leave the spoons alone, always do the spoons exactly the same way, and move the cup to wherever the spoon was landing. Then it went fairly quickly, but it took us a little while to figure that one out.
Where's Kelly and Michelle were done?
Oh, they were
It took
done
them like
very
2
fast.
minutes.
Yeah.
And then when we got back later on for the debriefing session, I heard about these people that couldn't get it in. And I was like, because it kept hitting the end of the tape. And I thought, oh, gee, I wonder if I actually cheated there. And I wonder if Michelle really cheated by not actually getting it into the cup. So, I'm not sure.
But you guys just ran and came to our activity.
Well, no, I figured if it went all the way down to the end of the tape and it bounced off and made it to the cup, that's fine. That's all you had to do. And mine, I wasn't really sure if nobody said you couldn't hold the cup, so I held the cup and pointed it towards the tape where it was going to go in. Anyhow, it worked, and we did it pretty quickly and got back and ran over to you guys.
So as we're walking down the road trying to Google it, we thought, oh, let's look a few steps ahead at the next clues and try and solve the next clues first. So as we're walking down to find out where Harbor Ferries are, that's when we realized that we were on Swift Street and the answer to the clue was literally 10 feet away. So after we left Swift Street, we were running around looking for this Harbor Ferry map. Now during the summer you could find them everywhere, but for whatever reason we were having the most difficult time trying to find this map.
Well, we went up to ask this whale watching guided tour person, and they were like, oh yeah, here's this map. And I guess a ton of other people had already asked him about the map. So he's like, yeah, here's this. And we took it. We were wondering if to take a picture with it or just bring it with us. And at one point we thought that was the clue, like that we should just get on the Harbor Ferry and go to all the different stops because there was like ones that had the same name, but I don't even know what we used it for, actually.
We'll be back soon with more clips from the amazing race.